Hello students, welcome to MemoNet. I am Sakti Swarup, teacher of MemoNet, and here are with the new chapter that is kinematics, and we are preparing for the BTS test 4. ये हमारा फोर्थ टेस्ट का पोर्शन है that is kinematics. Okay. आप हर वो काम कर रहे हो अपने लाइफ में, कहीं मूव कर रहे हो, कहीं जा रहे हो, सारे के सारे काइनेमेटिक्स ही है. पूरा का पूरा फंडा काइनेमेटिक्स का ही लगता है. ओके. So everything you will going to see, or everything you are doing, all are kinematics. Okay, all are related to this chapter. And ये chapter इतना important है कि आपको हर एक chapter में इसका कहीं ना कहीं फॉर्म यूज ही होगा, कहीं ना कहीं ये यूज ही होगा. तो kinematics को पूरे ध्यान से पढ़िए. Please read it very well because this is the basic of all the chapters. Okay. So without any delay, let's move to our chapter. Okay. What is motion called about? Okay. Motion क्या है? If we take any one frame of reference and we will see another body, if it is moving according to our reference, okay, so that is in motion. If anything is not moving according to our reference, that is we have kept ourselves as the point of reference. Okay. If anybody is not moving, so this is not in motion. Okay. So basically क्या बोल रहा हूँ, अगर आपके पास एक सोर्स है, मान लो ये एक सोर्स है. ओके. दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑफ रेफरेंस. पॉइंट ऑफ रेफरेंस. ओके. लेट्स से this is the point of reference and this body is moving. Okay. So this is in motion. And any body, if I will say you are moving with 4 meter per second and a body here is also moving in the same direction 4 meter per second, then you will seem to, okay, you will seem that this body is at rest. This is not in motion according to your frame, but according to any other frame. If a man standing here, okay, if a man standing here, okay, he will see this body as in motion. Okay. So according to the point of reference, it will change from one person to another. Okay. So motion can be broadly classified into 3 categories, that is rectilinear or translatory motion. Any motion that is in the straight path, it is called the rectilinear or translatory motion. Then circular or rotatory motion. Circulatory motion, it means if we tie, let's say if we tie a knob here, okay, and we are holding here, okay, we are holding here and we are moving it in a circular manner, so this is in motion. Rotatory motion, like your fan, your electric fan is in the rotatory motion. Then oscillatory and vibratory motion, let's say you have a pendulum here, okay, a pendulum is an oscillatory motion, that is to and fro motion it is doing, and vibratory motion also can be possible. Okay. These are the type of motion. So in this chapter we will study about the rectilinear or 1D motion only. Okay. We are not going to the oscillatory or the circular motion or the rotational motion. These are of another chapters. Okay. Now we will see only the rectilinear or 1D motion and the 2D motion also, the translatory motion mainly. Okay. So parameters of rectilinear motion or translatory motions on the plane motion, these are the parameters. What are? Time. Okay. Time, this is the SI unit of time. We know that it is second, and it's a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. Okay. So time, why it is necessary? It is necessary to determine at what time we have covered the distance. Let's say we are going to from one point to another point. Let's say you are going to college. Okay, you are taking 20 minutes. This is the value, this is the importance of the time, because in the motion you are covering a certain distance in 20 minutes. So time is essential. Then position or location. This is one, the position or location, this is one which is defined as respect to another point. Okay, let's say we are standing here, this is the origin, and the position of one body is here. Okay, and it moves from another position to here. Okay, so according to this position, according to our point of reference. So this body is changing from one position to another position. So this is about the position or location, how it can be importance in the rectilinear motion. Okay, then distance. So distance, let's say this is my home. Okay, this is my home, and here it is some we are going to market. Okay, so this is the home and we are going to market, and we know that while we are going, we don't have only one way possible to go there. We can go in any other way also. Okay, let's say one boy come and go in the go to the market like in this manner, and another boy, let's say he moved to another place and then he moved to his friend's house, then he goes to the market. Okay, then another boy, he went directly to some school. Let's say here is the school and he went to the market here. Okay, after the school. Okay, so these are what? These are distances. While going to the market, we have covered some distance. Okay, this can be a 5 kilometer, this can be 20 kilometer, and this can be 10 kilometer. Okay, so distance is not fixed from one point to another. We can move in any direction. Sorry, we can move in, yes sir, we can move in any direction. But what is displacement? The shortest time, the shortest distance that is covered from one point to another point. Okay, what is the shortest distance possible in between these 2 points? What is the shortest distance? That is when we directly connect it through the straight line. Okay, so this is the shortest distance possible in between these 2 points. Okay, so this is displacement. The direction of displacement is fixed because it have to be traveled through this path, otherwise it can't be displacement, because displacement is fixed. It is the shortest distance possible between the 2 points. Okay, so displacement is a vector quantity because it has direction, vector quantity. Okay, but distance is not vector, it is a scalar quantity. Okay, scalar quantity. And the SI unit of distance, SI unit is meter for both. Okay, for distance and displacement. Okay, I hope so you are clear about what is distance and what is displacement. Distance is the path covered by the object, sorry, covered by the you or anybody to move from one point to another point. But displacement is the certain path, that is the only the shortest path we have covered from one point to another. Okay, so now we will talk about the average speed and average velocity. What is average speed? Average speed is the, okay, it is average, let's say, right? Average speed is the total distance upon total time taken. Okay, please see it thoroughly. What I am writing, total distance upon total time taken, but average velocity is the total displacement upon total time. Okay, so let's say what we are telling that अगर आप कहीं जा रहे हो गाड़ी में, ओके, तो स्कूटी से जा रहे हो तो क्या पूछते हैं कि स्पीड कितना है, तेरा स्पीड कितना है? अभी कोई पूछता है क्या तेरा वेलोसिटी कितना है? ओके, सो दिस इज बिकॉज वी आर कवरिंग द डिस्टेंस, वी आर नॉट कवरिंग द डिस्प्लेसमेंट. सो तो हम बताते हैं हमारा स्पीड अभी 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर है. ओके, ऐसे बोल देते हैं ना. तो अगर हम बोले कि हमारा एवरेज स्पीड कितना है, मतलब क्या है? मतलब तुम एक पॉइंट से अनदर पॉइंट मूव के, मतलब मान लो मैं घर से मैं मार्केट को मूव किया हूँ, पर मैं मार्केट मेरा 10 किलोमीटर है और मैं मान लो 30 मिनट में पहुंचा. ओके, तो मेरा एवरेज स्पीड कितना हो गया? टोटल किलोमीटर क्या हो गया, टोटल डिस्टेंस इज 10 किलोमीटर. ओके, इट मीन्स 10 into 1000, this is 10,000 meter, and the total time taken is 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes, it means 30 into 60. So this is my average speed. Okay, average speed. But while I am moving from the home to the market, okay, the displacement, the shortest distance possible is 5 kilometer, let's say. Okay, 5 kilometer. So average velocity will be equals to 5 into 1000 upon total time कितना लिया हूं मैं, that is 30 into 60. Okay, so this is the average velocity, and distance must be is always greater than or equals to displacement. Okay, डिस्प्लेसमेंट से कभी डिस्टेंस छोटा हो सकता है क्या, क्योंकि हम क्या लेते हैं, डिस्प्लेसमेंट को हम शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस लेते हैं ना. जो शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टेंस हो गया, अगर हम उसी से मूव किए हैं तो हमारा डिस्प्लेसमेंट और डिस्टेंस दोनों बराबर हुआ ना. तो सो डिस्टेंस एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट कैन बी इक्वल. ओके, सो एंड डिस्टेंस इज ऑलवेज ग्रेटर देन or equals to displacement. Likewise, we will say the average speed is always greater than or equals to the average velocity. Okay, average velocity. Then instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. What it means? Instantaneously मतलब क्या होता है, तुरंत. Okay, what is the speed at that period of time? Let's say we are moving in a bike. Okay, and my friend is sitting beside me and he asks that what is your speed now. Okay, so what I will take, I will मैं क्या ऐसे कंप्यूट करूँ कि मैं कहाँ से आया हूँ और कहाँ तक आया हूँ और उसके बाद मैं स्पीड बताऊँ? नहीं, I will tell the speed at that period of time. Okay, so speed, the instantaneous speed is the this is the speed at that instant. Let's say we are having like a curve here, we are moving like this, and if anyone is telling what is the instantaneous speed at this period of time, what we will do, we will, this is the S matlab distance versus time graph. Okay, and at that period of time we will tell the tangent will be the instantaneous speed. Okay, so instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity both are equal, always equal, because at that period of time you are moving with certain speed and this is your velocity also. Okay, it is not talking about any other point. Okay, any other time, at a particular time what you are going through. Okay, this is the instantaneous speed or instantaneous velocity. मैं अभी, जैसे कि अभी मैं जब लेक्चर शूट कर रहा हूँ, अभी अगर मैं मूव कर रहा होता तो आप अगर पूछते तुम्हारा स्पीड क्या होता, तो मैं अभी का बताऊंगा ना, थोड़ी ना मैं बताऊंगा आधा घंटे पहले से मैं निकला था. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल लुक टू द फर्दर part. Okay, now let's see some question here. Okay, what we have understood till yet now. A particle moves along the semicircular path of radius r in time t with constant speed. Okay, so for the particle, calculate the distance traveled. Okay, so it is telling that the particle is moving along the semicircular path of radius r. So this is the semicircular path and the radius is r here. Okay, and the radius is r here. So distance traveled, distance is, it is the total path covered here. Okay, in this arc. Okay, so we know that while performing a circle, the circumference of circle is 2 pi r and it is given as a semicircle, so the circumference will be pi r. Okay, this is the distance traveled, pi r meter. Okay, this is the distance traveled while we are moving moving in semicircular path. Okay, then displacement Displacement, it is shortest distance. If we are traveling from this point and we are moving to this point, this is the shortest distance na. From any other point of view, we can't analyze the shortest distance. This is the one way possible for the shortest distance here. Okay, and this is how much will be value. This is, if this is r, this will be also r, so the displacement will be 2r meter. Okay, then average speed. Average speed is, we know that, total distance upon total time. Okay, and the time is given as t. So total distance is pi r upon t, meter per second. Okay, so speed का SI unit क्या हुआ, मीटर पर सेकेंड. Okay, meter per second, because for the distance you have the SI unit as meter, and for the time you have the SI unit as second. Okay, so speed's SI unit is meter per second. Then average velocity, it is the total displacement upon total time. Okay, so this is equals to this will be 2r upon t, meter per second. Okay, now let's see next question. That is, a body travels first half of the total distance with velocity v1. Okay, with velocity v1, and second half with velocity v2. Okay, then calculate the average velocity. So what we have to calculate? The average velocity. First half it has covered. Let's say we are moving, the body is moving from here then to this position. Okay, let's total distance be s here. Okay, and for the first half, this is the half. Okay, then for the first half, this is s by 2. It is covering with distance, with velocity is v1, and for the second half, this is also s by 2, and for the second half it is covering with velocity v2. Okay, so the time here, time required is that is a displacement upon velocity, that is equals to s by 2 v1, and here this is, let's say, t1, and t2, that is time, the second one having the time is s by 2 v2. Okay, so this is the total time here. What we have to find out? The average velocity. Average velocity is total displacement upon total time. Okay, and it is given that it is moving through first half and second half. It means the displacement will be s by 2 plus s by 2 upon total time is s by 2 v1 plus s by 2 v2. Okay, so this when we will calculate this, okay, this is s upon 2 v1 plus s upon 2 v2. So here s is cancelled out, then 1 upon 2 v1 plus 1 upon 2 v2. So this will comes to be, it is v1 into v2, and here it is 1 upon v1 plus v2 upon 2, sorry, here 2 is multiplied here, then 4, this will be 4 v1 into v2. Okay, so our final answer will be, this is cancelled out, it is 2, then 2 v1 into v2 upon v1 plus v2. So this is the average velocity. I have talked with you about the instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. Okay, so how to find out the velocity here? Okay, let's say velocity. Okay, so this is total displacement upon total time taken. So instantaneous velocity is ds upon dt, because what we are doing, let's say this is the curve here, okay, and we are finding it at particular this time, okay, so we have to differentiate this part only, okay. We are trying to find out the velocity at this part only for the small section. So for this we have to differentiate, that is ds upon dt, okay. So let's see this question. When velocity is given as a function of time, the velocity time equation is v is equals to 10 plus 2t plus 3t square, okay. So displacement of the particle from the origin of time t equals to 1 second, if it is given that displacement is 20 meter at time t equals to 0, okay. So let's find out the displacement value, okay, displacement equation. So we know that velocity is equals to ds upon dt. So ds upon dt is equals to 10 plus 2t plus 3t square, okay. So ds is equals to 10 plus 2t plus 3t square dot dt, okay. So to find out the displacement, what we will do, we will integrate, okay. तो टोटल डिस्प्लेसमेंट को अगर फाइंड आउट करने हैं तो हम क्या करेंगे, इंटीग्रेट करेंगे, क्योंकि हम अगर वेलोसिटी को क्या फाइंड आउट करने के लिए डिफरेंशिएट कर रहे हैं, तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट हम फाइंड आउट करने के लिए क्या करेंगे, इंटीग्रेट करेंगे, क्योंकि उसका पूरा वेलोसिटी डिफरेंशिएशन का डिस्प्लेसमेंट का जब डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं तभी वेलोसिटी आता है ना, तो वेलोसिटी का इंटीग्रेट करने से क्या आएगा, डिस्प्लेसमेंट आएगा, ओके. सो द डिस्प्लेसमेंट विल बी इक्वल्स टू 10t प्लस 2t स्क्वायर बाई 2 प्लस 3t स्क्वायर बाई 2, ओके. सो इट इज गिवन एज टाइम t इक्वल्स टू 1 सेकेंड. सो 1 सेकेंड में अगर पुट करें, this will be equals to 10 plus this will cut down, this is 1 and this is 3t square upon 2, that is 3 into 1 by 2, that is 1.5. Sorry, here I have done one mistake, it is 3t square, okay. 3t square means the on integration this will become, sorry, it is 3t square, I have written wrong here, okay. So this is 3t cube upon 3, okay. This is 3t cube upon 3. It means 3 to 3 cancelled out. It will be also t cube. So t cube and if we put the value t as 1 in place of t, this is also 1. So this is equals to 12. So 12 meter it has covered in 0 to 1 second, okay. And it is given that at original at t equals to 0 the displacement is 20 meter. So the total displacement here is equals to 20, that is originally it has covered, plus that is covered from when we are looking at, that is from t0 equals t0 to t1 second, that is 12 meter, okay. This is equals to 32 meter is the displacement here. And then acceleration versus time, okay, this we will read out. So what is acceleration? Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, rate of change of velocity. It means acceleration is equals to v2, let's say v2 is the final velocity, minus of v1 upon t, okay. This is the rate of change of velocity. So acceleration हम क्या करेंगे कि अगर कोई body, okay, let's say this is one body and it is traveling in v1 velocity, and at certain period of time it is traveling v2 velocity. So what is the acceleration? That is v2 minus v1 upon t. And as velocity is a vector quantity and the displacement is vector quantity, and we are also here finding out the rate of change of velocity, so acceleration will also be a vector quantity, okay, vector quantity. And SI unit of acceleration, what it will be, velocity का SI unit क्या था, meter per second, then we are dividing also it into time, that is meter per second square, or we can write meter per second square. Okay, this is the SI unit of acceleration. So now let's solve those questions. Let's see here, the acceleration time equation पूछा है ना. So what will be the acceleration time equation? When we are differentiating the velocity, we are getting the acceleration. Okay, acceleration, it means it is equals to rate of change of velocity, or we can write dv upon dt. When we are differentiating the velocity, we are getting acceleration. So the velocity is given as 10 plus 2t plus 3t square. When we will differentiate it, that is dv upon dt, that is equals to a equals to on differentiating constant it will be 0. Then 2t, when differentiating 2t, it is 2 plus 3t square, it means 6t. Okay, so the acceleration expression is 2 plus 6t. Let's see some questions here. Here the question it is, if displacement is dependent on time such that x is equals to 2t minus 2. Okay, 2t minus 2, then find out the average speed up to 4 seconds. So let's see here, when the displacement will be 0 here. Okay, so when it is changing its position. Okay, so x is equals to 2t minus 2. It means when the x will be 0, that is equals to 2t minus 2, and at t is equals to 1 second, t equals to 1 second, the displacement is getting 0. Okay, and at initial condition, what is the displacement when the time is 0? That is when we will put t equals to 0, then in this expression, that is x is equals to 2 into 0 minus 2, that is x equals to minus 2. Okay, minus 2 meter. Here in the initial condition, the displacement is minus 2 meter, and at t equals to 1 second, the displacement is 0. So how much distance is that covered? Let's say we have some number line here. Okay, this is 0 and this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, at initial condition, at first when t is equals to 0, the body is present here, and when the t is equals to 1 second, the body is present here. So how much distance it have covered? It is covered, that is 2 meter. Then from t equals to 1 second to t equals to 4 second. Okay, so how much distance it have covered? Let's say we have, that is x is equals to 2 into 4. For the 4 second, it have covered 2 into 4 minus 2. The displacement will be x is equals to 8 minus 2, that is 6 meter. Okay, 6 meter is the displacement at the 4th second. So here let's say it is 5 and 6. Okay, so from t equals to 1 second to t equals to 4 second, it have covered, that is 6 meter. Okay, so up to this it has covered 6 meter. So the total distance it has covered, that is 8 meter. And how much time it have taken? Total time is equals to 4 second. And we know that average speed is equals to total distance upon total time. So this is equals to 8 upon 4, that is 2 meter per second is our average speed. Then our next type of problem, that is when velocity is given as a function of time and distance to be find out. Okay, so if let's say in this type of question, what we will do, we need to find out the velocity at the time when the velocity will be 0. Okay, so what we are trying to tell, let's see from this question. Okay, so if velocity is depend on the time such that v is equals to 4 minus 2t, 4 minus 2t. Find out the distance traveled by the particle from 1 to 3 second. Okay, तो क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है? v we have velocity expression we have, that is 4 minus 2t, and we have to find out the distance traveled by the particle from 1 to 3 second. So let's see out when the velocity will be 0. Okay, it means we are putting 0 velocity here is equals to 4 minus 2t. So here t is equals to 4 upon 2, that is equals to 2 meter per second. Okay, at 2 second, at 2 second, okay, the velocity becomes 0 here. Okay, at 2 second the velocity becomes 0 here. It means the let's say we have a ball here. Okay, so here it is moving according to this question. When the ball is moving, okay, and it changes its direction, at that point of time, let's say in this time it changes its direction. Okay, here, okay, here the velocity will be 0, because as it is changing its direction, it is going in eastern side, and then it is moving to west. Okay, so in this point of time, here the velocity will become 0. Okay, and again it moves forward. Okay, so here the velocity is 0. Okay, so this is at which time? This is at t equals to 2 second. Okay, so what we need to do, let's find out the displacement. Let's find out our displacement expression, that is from the velocity expression. We know that ds upon dt is equals to velocity is equals to 4 minus 2t. Okay, so ds is equals to 4 minus 2t dot dt. Okay, if we integrate this, so we have s is equals to 40 minus 2 t square by 2. Okay, so this is equals to 40 minus t square. So this is the expression for the displacement. So what we need to do, it is asked that from 1 second to 3 second we have to tell the distance travel. So let's find out from 1 second to 2 second how much it have covered. Okay, how much distance it have covered. Okay, the displacement from 1 second to 3 second, 1 second to 2 second will be equals to the distance of displacement of 1 second to 2 second. Okay, let's say at 1 second it is here, and at 2 second the ball is here. Okay, the distance and displacement both are same. Okay, so we need to divide it into two parts, from 1 second to 2 second, and then 2 second to 3 second. Okay, so if we try to find out from 1 second to 3 second, it 1 second to 2 second, it we have 40 minus t square. From 1 second to 2 second is equals to 4 into 2 minus it is t square. Okay, minus 2 square minus 4 into 1 minus 1 square. So what will be the answer? 4 into 2 8 minus 4, it is 8 minus 4 4 minus 4 minus 1 3. Okay, so 4 minus 3 is equals to 1. Okay, then from 2 second to 3 second, let's find out 4t minus t square from 2 second to 3 second. So 4 into 3, that is 12 minus 9. Okay, minus 4 into 2 8 minus 4, 8 minus 4. Okay, so this is equals to minus of 1. Okay, so it is, so here it is it is 3 into 4. Oh, it is, so here it is displacement of minus 1, but we are finding out the distance. So what we will do, modulus sign will be there. Okay, so this will be 1. So total distance So total distance traveled is equals to 1 plus 1, that is equals to 2 meter. Okay, so this will be our answer. Then our next type is when acceleration is given as a function of x, that is if a is equals to 2x, initially particle is at x equals to 2 meter and moving with 3 meter per second. Okay, so find out the v, that is velocity at x equals to 5 meter. Okay, so in this type of problem what we need to do, how we will know the acceleration? We know that acceleration is equals to dv upon dt. Okay, but here it is given in term of x. Okay, so let's say to derive it we have to multiply and divide dx. Okay, so dx upon dx. Okay, if we rearrange this, that is dv upon dx, if we make it 1, and dx upon dt, if we make it 1, that is dx upon dt and dv upon dx. Okay, so here it is equals to dx upon dt is velocity into dv upon dx. Okay, so this is how we can have another expression for the acceleration. So according to this question, it is given that a is equals to 2x. It means v into dv upon dx, what we have find out here. Okay, that is, it is the acceleration. V into dv upon dx is equals to 2x, so this will be equals to v dv, it is v dv is equals to 2x dx. Okay, if we integrate this, we have v square by 2. Okay, this will be 2x square upon 2. Okay, so we have to find out the velocity at x equals to 5 meter. It means v square is equals to 2x square. So the particle is moving with 3 meter per second initially. Okay, so that is, we have to do in definite integration from 3 for the velocity 3 to v, and here from 0 to 5. Okay, not 0, here the initially particle is at 2 meter, it is given. Okay, 2 to 5. Okay, so this will be equals to v square minus 9 is equals to 2x square. It means x square is 25 into 2, 50, minus here it is 2x square, in place of x we will put 2. Okay, so 4 into 2, it is 8. So it is equals to v square equals to v square minus 9 is equals to 42. Okay, so this will be equals to v square is equals to 33. So v is equals to 33 under root meter per second. So this will be the answer. It is v square minus 9, so it will be plus of 42. Okay, it is plus of 42. Sorry, by mistakenly I have done mistake. It is 42 plus 9 is 51, and it is under root of 51. Then our next type of problem is when acceleration is given as function of velocity. Okay, so what we will do in this type of question, the acceleration is given in terms of velocity. Let's say a is in this question, let's read out. Okay, if a is depend on v in a following way, that is a is equals to v, and at t equals to 0, x equals to 1 meter and v is equals to 1 meter per second. Find out the velocity at t equals to 2 seconds. Okay, so question is given in terms of the acceleration is given in terms of velocity, that is a is equals to v. So what we can write, a is also equals to dv upon dt. Okay, so from here we can predict that dv upon dt is equals to v. Okay, so dv upon v is equals to dt. Okay, this much you have understood. So let's integrate it. Okay, so 1 upon x का इंटीग्रेशन क्या होता है? log of ln x. Okay, ln, it means ln v is equals to t, and it is from which one to which one? It is from ln 1 velocity changes from 1 meter per second to we have to find out the final velocity. Okay, and here the time is changing from 0 to 2 second. Okay, so this will be equals to ln v minus ln 1, that will be 0, equals to 2. So ln v is equals to 2. So v is equals to e square meter per second. Okay, so this is how the velocity we will find out the velocity or final velocity. Then find the velocity at x equals to 3 meter. So in this type of question, what we will do, that is, we know that a is v into dv upon dx. Okay, but what is acceleration here? Depending upon a is equals to v. Okay, as given per the question. So v dv upon v dv upon dx is equals to v. So here velocity to velocity cancelled out, that is dv is equals to dx, and if we integrate it, that is v is equals to x from the velocity is from 1 meter per second to v, and the distance is from 1 meter to 3 meter. Okay, so we have v minus of 1 is equals to 3 minus of 1, that is 2. So v is equals to 2 plus 1, that is 3 meter per second. Okay, the second one answer is 3 meter per second, and first one is e square meter per second. This is how we can find the acceleration when different type of problem is given. I hope so you have understood this part. Okay, because this is very important. As per the exam point of view, they will ask out in any format. Okay, you have to think in that period of time, you have to analyze in that period of time which thing I am missing out. Okay, which thing the question is missing out, and what will be our approach. Okay, I am teaching you stepwise. Okay, please go thoroughly and practice in that way. Okay, and if you have any kind of book, please practice from that, or you don't have any book to practice, please buy the Elite course. Okay, that is available in the Memonit. This one is very good. Okay, and you will get ample sort of question, and the question which is very फंडामेंटल. ओके, आई मीन कि आपको मतलब कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं करना पड़ेगा, आपको बस क्वेश्चन देखना है, फॉर्मूला अगर आता है तो पुट करते चलो, आंसर निकालते चलो. ओके, ऐसे टाइप का क्वेश्चन पहले हमें सॉल्व करना रहेगा, उसके बाद हम थोड़ा सा बेहतर क्वेश्चन में जाएंगे. ओके, तो अगर आपके पास एलाइट प्लान नहीं है, आप परचेज कर सकते हो मेमोनिट के ऐप से. तो हमारे मोशन के चैप्टर में, काइनेमेटिक्स के चैप्टर में 4 बेसिक फॉर्मूला है. दैट इज v इज इक्वल्स टू u प्लस ए टी, v इज इक्वल्स टू u प्लस ए टी, देन s इज इक्वल्स टू u t प्लस हाफ a t स्क्वायर, देन v स्क्वायर माइनस u स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 2as. ओके, ये 3 तो आपको आना ही चाहिए. और लास्ट वन इज s nth इज इक्वल्स टू u प्लस a बाई 2n माइनस 1. ये चारों फॉर्मूला आपको आना ही चाहिए. ये v क्या है? दिस इज द फाइनल वेलोसिटी, एंड u क्या है? दिस इज द इनिशियल वेलोसिटी. ओके, इनिशियल वेलोसिटी. एंड देन a क्या है? एक्सेलरेशन, और t क्या है? टाइम. पता है सबको. और ये s क्या है? ये s है डिस्प्लेसमेंट. ओके, डिस्टेंस नहीं, डिस्टेंस इज वेलोसिटी अपॉन टाइम. ओके, sorry, it is velocity, the distance is equals to speed into time. ओके, स्पीड इंटू टाइम. पर ये क्या है, ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट है, ये डिस्टेंस मत लेना. ओके, यू हैव टू व्हेन इट इज एक्स दैट डिस्टेंस, so you have to multiply speed and time. Okay, then here v square minus u square equals to 2as. This is another formula. Okay, so these you have to remember by heart. At any time if I will ask you now, you have to tell that yes, these are the formulas, these are the four formulas. I think at the 9th class you have read these three formulas, and the last one, this will be new to you. Okay, so I don't feel that it is so hectic for you. So remember by heart and apply this formula into different question. Let's have some question here. Okay, so here a car starts from rest and accelerates uniformly for 20 seconds. Okay, accelerates uniformly for 20 seconds to a velocity of 72 km per hour. Okay, it then runs at constant velocity and final brought to rest in 200 meter. Okay, so with a constant retardation, the total distance covered is 600 meter. Find the acceleration, retardation and total time taken. So let's find out the acceleration here. It is said that it is starting from the rest and accelerate uniformly for 20 seconds to a velocity of 72 km per hour. So at the initial velocity, that is u. Okay, what will be the u here? Initial velocity is equals to 0 meter per second. Why? Because it is starting from rest, and then the final velocity is equals to 72 meter per second. Okay, sorry, 72 kilometer per hour. So 72 kilometer per hour, if we try to change it to meter per second, that is 72 into 1000 upon 3600. Okay, why I am doing that? Because I am converting it, the kilometer to meter and hour to second. So what we can write, instead of 1000 upon 3600, I can also write 5 upon 18. This you analyze and let me know why I have written that is 5 upon 18. Okay, so this will be equals to 4 into 5, that is 20 meter per second. Okay, so the final velocity is 20 meter per second and initial velocity is 0 meter per second, and the time it is given, that is 20 seconds. So we know that which formula we will put, that is the first formula, that is v is equals to u plus at. Okay, so that is v, it is 20, v is given as 20 equals to u is 0 and here a into 20. So the acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Okay, here it is the acceleration. Then it is brought to rest at covering 200 meter. Okay, so it is not given here the time, it is given displacement. Displacement is 200 meter. It have taken to make the body at rest. It means the final velocity is 0 and the initial velocity, okay, for this condition is what? It is traveling at 72. This will be the initial condition for the retardation na. So this is 20 meter per second. Okay, then the displacement it has covered for the retardation, that is 200 meter. Okay, so it is v square, it means 0 square minus 20 square is equals to 2 into a into s, that is 200. So this will be equals to minus of 400 is equals to 400 a. So a is equals to minus 1 meter per second square. So why it is minus I have taken? It is taken due to retardation. For retardation, the minus is taken for retardation. Okay, then the total time taken. So total time taken for this condition you have taken 20 seconds, and then here for the time it have taken, let's find out from the formula, that is v equals to u plus at. The final velocity is 0 is equals to u, that is 20 meter per second, plus acceleration is minus 1 into t. Okay, that is equals to t equals to here it is also 20 second. So total time is equals to 20 plus 20, it is 40 second. Okay, I hope so you have cleared with how I have put the formula here. Okay, for the acceleration this, and for this is for the retardation, and this is for the time. Okay, I have tried to find out the time from the retardation by putting the two formulas, that is for the first one, that is v square minus u square equals to 2as, and then I have put that is v is equals to u plus at. Okay, these two formulas I have applied. Okay, so likewise you have to practice this type of question many more for to get thorough in this topic. Okay, then let's see from some problem here, some specimen type of problem, how different question they will ask. Okay, so find out the distance traveled by the block in 10 second. Okay, in 10 second for a given situation. Here the acceleration, it is retarding. Okay, acceleration is opposite in the opposite direction, and velocity in opposite direction. So the initial velocity is given, that is u equals to 10 meter per second, and the acceleration is equals to 2 meter per second square. It means at certain period of time the velocity will come down to 0. Okay, it will not travel in the very straight path up to the 10 second. Let's see out here at which time the velocity will become and change its direction. I think this body will move like this and like this. Okay, here the velocity of the body will become 0 within the 10 second. Let's find out how we will analyze. Okay, so v is equals to u plus at, we know. Okay, the velocity is here the final velocity, let's say we are moving up to this, it means velocity will be 0 is equals to initial velocity, that is 10 meter per second, plus acceleration is 2 meter per second square, but it is in negative direction. It is not accelerating, it is retarding, as acceleration is opposite to that of velocity. So we will write minus 2 meter per second square. Okay, this is meter per second, and into t, that is time. Let's say we have to find out at which time the velocity is becoming 0. It means minus 10 is equals to minus 2t. It means the time it takes to become 0 velocity, that is 5 second. Okay, at 5 second the velocity will become 0 of this object. Okay, so up to this, how much distance it have covered? Let's find out. That is we can find out in many formulas. Okay, we can find out in both the formulas, but I will choose s equals to ut plus half at square. Okay, so because I have the initial velocity, I have the acceleration, and I have the time, so the displacement will be equals to distance up to this. Okay, so this is equals to s equals to u, that is 10 into 5 plus half into acceleration is minus 2 into t square, that is 25. It means 50 minus 25 is equals to 25 here. Okay, 25 meter it has covered from 0 to 5 second. Then from 5 to 10 second what it have covered, the acceleration will be in the direction of velocity. Okay, here what happened, here the velocity will become 0, then but the acceleration is carrying it forward na. The acceleration is always acting in this direction, so the body will be in this direction, the acceleration will be in this direction, the velocity will also be in this direction. So at this point of time when it is moving backward, the acceleration and velocity are in the same direction. Okay, so what we will write, the s is equals to ut plus half at square Okay, here the u is becoming 0 at 5th second. So I am taking the two parts here from 0 to 5 second and then 5 to 10 second. For 5 to 10 second part, I have the initial velocity how much? 0. Okay, so 0 into t plus half at square, it means half a, what is acceleration here? Acceleration is 2 into t square. T square from 5 second to 10 second I am taking, so directly what I can write, it is 5 square. Okay, so this will be equals to half into 2 into 25, this is equals to 25 meter. Okay, so the distance traveled, distance is equals to 25 plus 25, 50 meter. Here let's see another question. A bus starts from rest with constant acceleration 5 meter per second square. Then at the same time a car traveling with constant velocity of 50 meter per second, okay, so overtakes and passes the bus. At what distance will the bus overtake the car, and how fast the bus will be traveling then? Okay, so in this type of question, what we need to analyze, that is at the bus and the car have traveled the equal distance when they are when the bus overtake the car. It means the bus have the acceleration, that is a is equals to 5 meter per second square, and car have the velocity. Okay, car having the velocity is equals to 50 meter per second. So for bus, what is the distance traveled here? It is x equals to ut plus half at square. The initial velocity of the bus is 0. Initial velocity is 0 as it is traveling from the rest. Okay, so this will be 0. So half into 5 into t square. So it is 5 by 2 t square. Then the distance traveled by the car will be same. Okay, x equals to u plus at. Okay, initial velocity is 0, so a into t, a is it is at constant velocity na, so this is traveling with constant velocity. Okay, the car is traveling with constant velocity, so what I can write, x equals to v into t. Okay, so velocity is 50 into time. Okay, so 50t. So this x and this x will be equal because they have moved same amount of distance, that is 5 upon 2 t square is equals to 50t. Okay, on 5 I will cancel out and we have t square equals to 20t, and here t is equals to 20 second. So the time it has taken 20 second. So what will be the distance? Put the time in any of the formula. Okay, it means x equals to 50 into 20, that is equals to 1000. Okay, 1000 meter it have traveled, or 1 kilometer it have traveled. So how fast will the bus be traveling then? So we need to find out the velocity of the bus at the time when it is overtaking the car. Okay, so which formula we will write? I know the initial velocity, I know the acceleration, and I know the time. Okay, time taken. So v is equals to u plus at I will put. So v is the final velocity, initial velocity I have known, that is 0 plus acceleration into time, that is 5 into 20. So v will be equals to 100 meter per second. So these are our answers. Okay, so now we will start with another topic, that is motion under gravity. Okay, मान लो आप कोई बॉडी को, मान लो ये पेन को हम वर्टिकली अपवर्ड फेंक देते हैं, ऐसे फेंक लेते हैं, तो पेन क्या करेगा? ऐसे जाएगा 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 ऊपर जाएगा, एक पॉइंट के बाद ये रुक जाएगा. अगर हम प्रिसाइजली पूरा देखें हर एक पॉइंट में क्या कर रहा है. ओके, तो ये क्या कर रहेगा, ये पहले बहुत जोर से हम फेंके होंगे, उसका मतलब वेलोसिटी ज़्यादा होगा। वेलोसिटी फिर जैसे ही आगे जाएंगे तो हमारा माता जी का प्यार मतलब ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स तो नीचे लग रहा होगा ना, तो उसको क्या कर रहा होगा, वो डिसिलरेट कर रहा होगा और जाएगा जाएगा जाएगा, सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम में ये ऊपर ऐसे वेलोसिटी रुक जाएगा, फिर वो नीचे खिसकने चालू करेगा। सो it will accelerate downward. Okay, so we have two type of acceleration, that is decelerated acceleration and accelerated acceleration in the motion under the gravity. Okay, जब वो ऊपर जा रहा है तो acceleration is acting downward and velocity is having upward. Okay, so this will be the decelerated motion, and when it is moving downward, the acceleration and velocity are in the same direction, that is in the downward direction. Okay, so this is accelerated motion. Okay, so at this time, okay, we have to find out, let's say we have to find out the time of flight here. Okay, so we know that here, let's say we have line here, the all the terms which are directing upward, it is positive, let's we take, and which are directing downward, we will take negative. Okay, so time of flight हम कैसे निकालेंगे? So s is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay, here a is equals to z here. Okay, so the let's say we are taking s as h. Okay, the total height, the maximum height, this is the maximum height we are taking, it is as h. H equals to ut. Okay, ut plus half it is square. What I just want to tell, let's take from this point of time to this time. Okay, from b to c we are taking our observation. So at the b position, okay, the velocity is 0. So the initial velocity, that is u, will be 0 plus half a into t square. Okay, in place of a, what we can write, g. Okay, so here the we have taken everything downward will be negative. It means in place of h we will write minus of h, in place of z we will write minus of z. So we will write here h is equals to half g t square, as minus and minus cancelled out, so t is equals to 2h under root 2h upon g under root. Okay, this is the time of flight. Time of flight, why I am telling, because the time when you are taking from downward to upward, let's say you are taking t time, and this much amount of time we will take when you move from upward to downward also. Okay, that is time of ascent is equals to time of descent in this case, because acceleration is same. Okay, acceleration is not changing. If you have the air resistance here, then the time of ascent and time of descent will have changed, but here we are taking our normal conditions, so the time of ascent is equals to time of descent here. Okay, then maximum height. Okay, for the maximum height we have the formula, that is v square minus u square equals to 2zh. Okay, here the, let's say we are taking from a to b. Okay, because I need 0 in any of the value. For the initial point you have u velocity, and for the final point you have 0 velocity. So 0 minus u square equals to 2 into what I will write in place of z, because the acceleration is negative here, so minus of z into, and we are taking height from downward to upward, so it will be placed as it is, that is h. So the h will be u square upon 2z. This is the formula for the maximum height. And the final velocity. Okay, final velocity, if you will see at the initial condition, what is our velocity, that is u. So we can write u v equals to u plus at. Okay, so velocity from when we will move from a to b, the velocity at b is 0, that is final velocity is 0. V is equals to u minus of z into t. Okay, and when we are moving from b to c, okay, we have v is equals to, here the initial velocity is 0, 0 minus of 0 plus z into t, but here g is always acting downwards, so we will write minus of z here. Okay, so u here is zt. Okay, and here the v it means at this point of time v is also gt. So what we will predict here, that is we got, that is in the velocity which you have thrown, it will fall in the ground at that velocity. That means if you have thrown in u velocity here, we will collect the stone with u velocity in the ground also. So this means at every sort of time, okay, we'll have the two velocities. Okay, मतलब मैं क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि at every sort of time नहीं, अब every height, let's say this height, okay, ये height में हम कितना velocity पा सकते हैं, दो velocity पा सकते हैं, and we will get the two velocities of same magnitude. Okay, अगर यहाँ 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड हुआ, यहाँ पे भी 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड ही होगा, बस साइन ऑपोजिट हो जाएगा. ओके, एक कंडीशन में मिस कर गया कि यहाँ में क्या कितना निकाला, अंडर रूट ऑफ टी एच बाई जी. फ्रॉम बी टू सी आई एम मूविंग. This is the time of flight for the half, that is descent part. For the ascent part will be this much. So as I have told that time of ascent is equals to time of descent. Okay, so the total time is 2 into under root of 2h upon g. Or you can find out, that is we know that v is equals to u plus at. Okay, here if while we are moving from a to b, at the b velocity is becoming 0, that is final velocity is 0, is equals to u plus of, in place of a what we will write, minus g into t. Okay, so here t is equals to u upon g for the time of ascent, and for the time of descent you have also will have also have the same value. So the total time is 2u upon z. Then our second format, that is free fall का केस देखते हैं. Okay, so here we have, let's say a tower here. Okay, and we are just releasing, just slightly हम क्या कर रहे हैं, ऐसे ऐसे है पेन, कोई पेन है या फिर बॉल है, इसे slightly ऐसे फेंक दे रहे हैं. Okay, we will not push it with any velocity, just with just light push, that is of velocity will be 0. And okay, so this will move downward, that is having the initial velocity 0. Okay, तो फ्री फॉल क्या होता है, फ्री फॉल मतलब क्या है, आप जब वो फॉल कर रहा है, जब पहला इनिशियल स्टेज है उसको कोई फोर्स कुछ नहीं दे रहे हैं हम, उसके पास सिर्फ और सिर्फ ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स लग रहा है और कुछ नहीं लग रहा है. ओके, एंड द इनिशियल वेलोसिटी विल बी 0. सो टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट क्या रहेगा, v इज इक्वल्स टू time of flight, let's say we have here the tower height is h. Okay, so h is equals to ut plus half z t square. Okay, so here it is u value is 0 here. Okay, so h equals to half g t square, so t is equals to 2h upon g under root. Okay, this will be the time of flight when it will reach in the underground. Then final velocity when the body reaches the ground. Okay, so final velocity क्या रहेगा, हमारा टावर का हाइट क्या दिया गया है, h. So we will write v square minus u square equals to 2gh. Okay, so the initial velocity is 0 and final velocity we have to find out, v square equals to 2gh and v will be equals to 2gh under root. Okay, now let's see this question. A ball is thrown vertically upwards with velocity u from the ground. Okay, the ball attains a maximum height h max then find out the time and displacement at which the ball have half of the maximum speed. Okay, so I have to find out the time and displacement so that the ball will have maximum half of the maximum speed. So before I look to the question, let's say here the ball, it is here, it is the ball, and we are throwing it upward and it will come downward. Okay, this will come downward, and the velocity which we have thrown, that is u, let's say u, and when it will reach the ground, it is also u. I have said it earlier. And let's say at this point of height, okay, it is having the maximum, it is having the half of the maximum speed. Okay, that is u upon 2. Okay, so it has attained the 2 at 2 time, it will attempt the same velocity, that is u by 2, and at this period of time and this period of time, and at and the height is also twice. Okay, height is also achieved twice, but the what will be the displacement? Displacement is up to this na, what we have covered while going. This is let's say displacement is s, and when we are covering from here to here, okay, from this period of time here to here, the displacement will not be there, because as we move in positive direction and then we are moving from negative direction, so this displacement will be cancelled out, so the displacement will have one value. Okay, and but the time we are getting two values for the time. So here for the time, let's calculate. We have v is equals to initial velocity is u is the initial velocity, let's say it is u is the initial velocity here, that is it is given as u. Okay, and the final velocity v is equals to u by 2. So what I will take here, everything that is upward it is positive I will take, and everything downward I will take negative. Okay, so we know that v is equals to u plus at. So in the first condition I will put u by 2 is equals to u plus acceleration will be at the time of ascent, acceleration will be in negative direction, minus of g into t. Okay, so this is equals to minus of u by 2 is equals to minus of gt. So here t is equals to u upon 2g. Okay, then this is one time I have got the half of the maximum speed. Then another one, that is when the ball is present here, here the velocity is in negative direction, that is minus of u by 2. So minus of u by 2 is equals to u, the initial velocity, minus of gt. Okay, so this is equals to minus 3u by 2 equals to minus of gt. So t is equals to minus of 3u upon 2g. Okay, so these are the two times when I will get the half of the maximum speed. So what I will get the maximum height. Okay, half of the maximum displacement. What will get for the displacement? The displacement is we'll put the formula, that is v square minus u square equals to 2as, because I know the final velocity, I know the initial velocity, and I also know the acceleration. Okay, so minus of, that is u upon 2 square minus of u square equals to 2 into minus of z into h. Okay, let's say this is h, small h. Okay, so here that is u square upon 4 minus u square, that is minus of 3 u square upon 4 is equals to minus of 2 gh. So h is equals to 3 u square upon 8 z, but we know h max is equals to u square upon 2z. Okay, so what we will write in terms of x, that is 3h upon 4. I hope that you get this answer. Okay, now we will look to the next question here. Two balls are thrown simultaneously, vertically upwards with 20 meter per second from the ground, and B vertically downward with 40 meter from a height of 40 meter with the same speed. Okay, along the same line of motion. At what points do the ball collide? So what it is trying to tell, we have two balls here. Okay, this is at 40 meter. Okay, and height is 40 meter. It is thrown with 20 meter per second, and this also it is thrown in 20 meter per second, and this will collide let's say at this position, and it is we have some value that is x, and this will be 40 minus of x. Okay, so we have to find out at what point they will collide. Okay, so here for, let's say it is ball 1 and this is ball 2. For ball 1, okay, so we have x is equals to ut minus u is 20 into t minus half g into t square. Okay, and for the ball 2 we have 40 minus x is equals to 20 t plus minus of 20 t minus half g t square. Okay, and this will be also minus, because as we are taking from height is always taken from the ground to upper level ना. So what we are taking here, हम ऊपर से नीचे ले रहे हैं, तो हमारा height क्या होगा, माइनस होगा. Okay, so this minus will cut down. It is 40 minus of x, that is equals to 20 t plus half g t square. Okay, in place of x we can put this one. Okay, so 40 minus of 20 t minus half g t square. Okay, this is equals to 20 t plus half g t square. Okay, so when we will remove the bracket here. Okay, so this is equals to 40 minus 20 t plus half g t square equals to 20 t plus half g t square. So half g t square is cancelled out. So 40 is equals to 40 t, that is t equals to 1 second. At t equals to 1 second, these balls will collide. So we can find we can put it any of the formula, and we will get the any of the expression, and we will get the answer. Okay, let's say put in the first equation. So x is equals to 20 into 1 minus half into 9.8 into, we have it is given that we have to take, that is 9.8 into t square, it is 1. Okay, so this is equals to 20 minus 4.9. So x will be equals to 15.1 meter. Okay, so 15.1 meter, at 15.1 meter this ball will collide. Okay, so how much distance from the second ball, that is 40 minus x. Okay, it means 40 minus 15.1. Okay, so like this we need to calculate the problems, and we have to thoroughly revise all the formulas here. What I have done, I have put here the ample sort of questions what we will going to face in any of the book. Okay, so these are the some basic standard questions I have taken from either the book, or I have derived from the NTA PYQs. Like this type of question, the PYQ have also asked. Okay, from that I have derived. So what you need to do now, you just practice the NCERT questions. First of all, I am giving you the daily targets, that is you have to practice the NCERT questions. Then you should do the some question that you have for the practice one. Okay, that is मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ ना, जो आपको thoroughly प्रॉब्लम वाइज प्रैक्टिस करवाए. मतलब एक एक प्रॉब्लम कैसे पुट करते हैं, कैसे हमें सारे चीज पता चल गया कि हमें ये फॉर्मूला आता है, पर वो फॉर्मूला अप्लाई कैसे करते हैं वो तो पता चलना चाहिए ना। उसको हम अप्लाई कर पा रहे हैं या नहीं वो तो हमें नहीं पता है ना। तो उसके लिए तुम एलाइट प्लान मेमोनीट का चूज कर सकते हो अगर तुम्हारे पास नहीं है सोर्स। ओके, तो एलाइट प्लान बहुत सही है, बहुत अच्छे से दिया है, हर एक चैप्टर का टॉपिक वाइज सेग्रीगेट कर करके दिया है। ओके, देन व्हाट यू विल डू, देन यू शुड लुक फॉर द एनटीए पीवाईक्यूज। ओके, अगर आपके पास कोई पीवाईक्यू हो ना, बस ऐसे पीवाईक्यू हो ना मुझे दिखा देना। क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है ना, देखो देखो मेमोनेट में क्यों बोल रहा हूँ कि आपके पास जो है पीवाईक्यू में उसके खिलाफ नहीं हूँ, but what I am trying to tell that Memonit have the PYQs that is of only NTA type of question that is asked in recent year question. Why we will study the outdated type of question? Okay, and what special in this? If you have any question and you can see the Krebs explanation is here. If you know the concept very well and you have done a minor mistake, why to look for the whole answer, that is long answer? You can go for the Krebs explanation. And in the topic when you are not confident about or you are lacking some concepts, then you can go for the detailed explanation also. So this will help you in every sort, okay, मतलब सब में आपको हेल्प कर रहा है। अगर क्रिप्स एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं है, अगर आपको थोड़ा सा छोटा सा आंसर देखना है तो आपके पास है, तो अगर आपको पूरा सही से जानना है क्या हो रहा है, आपका कॉन्सेप्ट लैक कर रहे हो, तो डिटेल्ड एक्सप्लेनेशन आपके पास है। तो एनटीए पीवाईक्यू अगर आप हो सकता है तो खरीद लो, क्योंकि हमारे पास एक एलाइट, एनटीए और ब्रह्मास्त्र टेस्ट सीरीज ये मिलाकर एक सेगमेंट है। आप मेमोनीट के सपोर्ट ग्रुप को कांटेक्ट करिए, उनको मार्केटिंग ग्रुप को कांटेक्ट करिए और वहाँ से आप ये सब आपको मिल सकता है। ओके, एंड यू विल गेट द बेस्ट वर्सन। ओके, एंड आई एम कमिंग, हमें हमारा ये बात हो रहा है कि हमारे पास एक पीवाईक्यू बुक होगा, नॉट एग्जैक्टली पीवाईक्यू, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द डेराइव्ड पीवाईक्यू। बिकॉज हम क्या करेंगे ना, एक क्वेश्चन से 2-3 क्वेश्चन और फॉर्म करेंगे वैसे टाइप का। वैसे ही तो एनटीए करता है, क्या करता है ना, उसके पास क्वेश्चन कितना ही आएगा, वही सेम क्वेश्चन को वो क्या कर रहा है, घुमा फिरा के ही पूछ रहा है ना। सो फॉर दैट यू नीड दैट एबिलिटी हाउ यू कैन डेराइव फ्रॉम वन क्वेश्चन टू इनटू 2 or 3 क्वेश्चंस। ओके, कैसे आप डेराइव कर सकते हो, फॉर दैट Memonit has come up with the derived PYQ. This will become easy for you because मैं अपना टाइम के सोचता हूँ तो यही सब करता था मैं। तो आप अगर प्री बुक करना चाहते हो, प्री ऑर्डर करना चाहते हो ये बुक को, ओके, यू कैन डू फ्रॉम द Memonit सपोर्ट ग्रुप। ओके, सो आप प्रिपरेशन अपना बहुत स्मूथ रखिए। 640 650 बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है अभी, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन ऐसे आ रहा है, बहुत सही है। मतलब अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी प्रिपरेशन अच्छे रखोगे, हेक्टिक मत करो, हर दिन का टारगेट उसी दिन कंप्लीट हो जाना चाहिए। जैसे मैं आज दिया, ओके, आज आपको क्विज भी लूंगा, तो वो सब कंप्लीट करो। पहले अटेंड कर लो लेक्चर, उसके बाद क्विज अटेंड कर लो, उसके बाद टारगेट्स कंप्लीट कर लो। रोज का काम रोज का हो जाना चाहिए। ओके, that's enough for today's class. I have taught you more than an hour. Okay, so let's have a break here and then we'll read the further topics. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.